Hello and welcome back to this very intense matchup of Honeydew versus Boba Ball's lovers. And Rhodes, we said we wanted an intense and close match between these two, and it doesn't get much more close than that.
I mean,
Absolutely insane.
you said it at the start. These teams, they know each other. They play very close matches like they did last month at a different tournament. And you can just see from this stream an hour and 11-minute match, 18-16, as they get the comeback win eventually and are able to close it out. Boba, they just had the higher endurance at the end of the day, it looked like.
Yeah, but I mean, I have to mention it though. That was just to win their own map pick. Now they're going over to Lotus, which was picked by Honeydew. So now it has turned around. They are on their opponent's turf and are gonna have to recreate that magic in even tougher circumstances.
Honeydew did underperform on Lotus last week, but you know how strong they can be on this map. This is their comfort zone, and now Boba's heading into the Lion's Den as they're gonna look to pick up this map over them. And I, f- we'll see what Fossey does, because again, like we said before, Fossey's this main focal point of this team, finding the early picks. He found 11 picks last a game, 11 first bloods, and just completely opened up rounds for them to win.
Yeah, I mean, Fossey has just been turning it up to 11 so far, just not letting anybody push him around, instead just wanting to be that opening engager. And really glad we got to even interview him there at the end of the match, because I I love getting to talk to the players who are really in the thick of it, right? They're constantly taking these fights and sort of getting a grasp of how they are handling the pressure of a match like that.
Yeah, definitely. And I did see more of a team effort, I feel like, from Honeydew. They felt really close together in kills and supporting in general. As on the side of Boba, it really did sometimes feel like it was just ClayZz and Fossey and Jigglytofu really as well. Just being able to find these opening picks to just collapse on the other team afterwards. So maybe for Honeydew, this team play might work again on this map since it is their comfort zone on Lotus.
Yeah, and also Honeydew, the last time we saw them, it could be argued that possibly they weren't fully warmed up and they were not in it that day. But today they don't have that excuse. They just had a very long match, so they've had plenty of time to get their hands warm and sort of get locked in for the game.
This could be a really interesting crunch as Liam and Julie are short. They could open door and look for this pick here.
Yeah, and they're going to do just that. That door getting open, and it's going to be a double kill here from Mimosa. Clay's only able to get one. So now it is man advantage here for Honeydew as they look to start out strong on their own map pick. That Dune fight not going the way of Boba, and it's going to come down to none other than Waffle, somebody who we saw have a very big moment to no avail, unfortunately, on Haven. Spotted out by the Prowler as well, but Waffle manages to stand strong for one and even gets a lot of damage down onto Meow as well. So that's going to tee up this retake really well. It's going to have to take some heroics from the side of Boba to try and pull off this pistol round. Eyes going out, but the Dizzy is going to actually blame both the players. Deep Blue collecting that kill. This is all left up to Meow, who seems to be known where they are. Crunched in, and it's going to be Lean cleaning it up for a pistol win here for the side of Honeydew.
Meow definitely just super pressured and gets taken down. But what a great crunch pick from Mimosa on C. They opened up the door, they got the picks, but we're on Lotus.
We are on Lotus.
And they are on a second round bye, and this could go sideways. As we know from Aldaria and I, we love cursing these teams, and as our observer tells me not to do it, I'm gonna say it. This could be another Thrifty, as they're gonna be pushing through C-Site.
We saw one on Haven. Will the curse continue? I warned Honeydew about winning your pistol rounds, and they've picked up this one.
It'll definitely be interesting, but they only have classics. There's no sheriff or anything to really get really strong picks. So
Yeah,
I
and
think it's gonna be much easier or much harder for them.
it's even a decent read on to where the attack is coming in, as they've got multiple players already standing here. They're still gonna opt to just go for the retake. They don't want to give up over any of these picks or any of these guns, and this has been a big part of Honeydew's game plan, is just going for these retakes. And Tofu, though, getting the first kill, though, and Fufo is gonna get one as well. Liam trades it back, so it's kept at a 3v3, but ClayZz inside of the smoke could maybe find some value. Oh, Fufo gets another one. This could be spiraling out of control as this timer is ticking down, and Liam even hit with the paranoia eye in his face, so he's gonna be spotted out, and ClayZz gets one more. We are seeing another Thrifty as it's all Mimosa surrounded in no time. Ladies and gentlemen, it's happened again.
And welcome back to Rhodes, and Aldaria is gonna give you a PSA. We are sorry.
Ecstatic is so salty. Ecstatic is so salty right now.
We told Honeydew yesterday before their match, do not win your pistol on Lotus because you are gonna get thriftied. And what has happened again?
I mean, it's not just Lotus, it's all of them. It happened on Haven as well. I mean, look, Rhodes, we have to own up to this. We can't blame the map, all right? It's us. We're the problem here.
It is our fault. We apologize, and hey, maybe you might thrifty back, you know? It could happen. It could happen.
It could.
As it looks like they're going to be pushing on C. Liam and Waffle are both there, so it could be kind of hard. Liam does have the frenzy to maybe find a pick here.
Yeah, and an early aggression out of A-main from two players as well is going to set up a lot of pressure here. Waffle gets two, and Liam is still even in the back of the site, not fully noted. Deep Blue gets Fufu as well, and so now this has been completely flipped around. It's all up to Tofu and Meow to pick this up. Waffle being hit by the Prowler is going to stall a little bit of time, so that plant is going to go down. But two players coming in from Dune. Meow manages to clean it up. So both these players in Dune are noted, and not necessarily noted, but expected, because Meow is already positioned. And even the Nightfall going in, they do not want to lose this round, and that is going to confirm. The trail is going to confirm that both players are there, and it's all left up to Mimosa. 1v2 with a Sheriff. We've seen some crazy things so far this game, but this surely is not one of them, as it's going to be Boba just tucking into the site, even playing Ring Around the Rosie a little bit to get this high-low set up. Completely unwinnable from Mimosa, and we're going to see 2 rounds here.
We almost saw a thrifty. That was looking dicey, as Waffle able to get the double classic kill on the ClayZz and Fossey at the start. Those are their 2 main players that haven't really shown up yet. But a great play turns into naught as Jiggly, Tofu, and Meow are just able to take the site. Jiggly gets the Nightfall to just completely win the round and let everyone have a bye going into this. And I mean, it was looking rough, but they got it done.
Yeah, I mean, all the rifles coming out as well, and even the economy not as damaged as you might think, thanks to that plant going down and also 2 players staying alive. So, I mean, wow. This is really, really rough for the side of Honeydew. If you lose this round, you're back onto an eco, and I mean, that's just not a great way to start out Lotus. This is a generally attack-sided map.
Well, yeah, it's a 3-site map, obviously.
Yeah. Sorry, I got a bit distracted because we got a message from Steph, the coach of Honeydew, who is upset about us cursing them. But Fossey getting this opening kill onto Deep Blue is going to give the green light on the A site, but actually a little bit of hesitation. So this rotate is coming in strong. Multiple players. ClayZz has gotten really far up here, so this could all just be a fake out. This could go either way. I'm actually not sure, but ClayZz gets this lurk kill, and so now this is such a dire situation for Honeydew. They know that there's 1 player on the C site, so that means that the plant is going to be rotating in here and most likely going down as it's tossed to ClayZz. He's going to get even the plant for Dune. This is a perfect setup for Boba.
This looks really hard for Honeydew. They're going to be playing 4 Mound as well. It's going to be very difficult for them to find these picks. They don't really have any ultimates to work with. So I think unless Mimosa can find a pick and throw a Nightfall to make them go low and not here, this is going to be really difficult for Honey to do anything.
I mean, the wingman going into defuse doesn't even get the half. The aftershock is going to deny that. Even Flash is coming through, so Liam has no idea where he even is. Trying to tap this spike, and a bit of an off angle actually, but Fossey manages to clean it up. No half on the spike, and this flank from Fufu cleans it all up. That's 4 alive as well for Boba. A great round.
Yeah, that was, I mean, that's a pretty simple post plant. That's what you want. Yes, there's only 3 alive for Honeydew because Fossey able to find that opening pick onto D-Blue. Something he was so good at doing on Haven. And then a really nice lurk from ClayZz, just completely giving them the round and just a very easy site take and plant for mound.
Yeah, I mean, now this is a really, really bad situation for Honeydew. We said that if they lost that, their economy is gonna force them onto a light buy again, and that's exactly what's happened. It's Sheriffs, a Frenzy, a Classic. I mean, this is rough.
Never count them out.
You can never count them out, but this is definitely a rough situation to be in right now.
And Meow picking up the Rolling Thunder, so even if they want to expend that on a eco round, it does feel like they're going to get free sight either way for whatever they want to do here, and it looks like it is going to be towards A.
I mean, a bit of a slower paced round, but it makes sense here because you don't want to overcommit here if you're Boba. That's exactly how you let these pistols run away with it. Those hectic situations, they can sometimes thrive, and you lose count of everything that's going on. So opting to play the range game, opting to just slowly dissect the map here, and Clay is once again on a crazy lurk. A lot of space being taken towards A, as it looks like that's where the execute is going to come out. It's either going to have to be that or a quick rotate into the B site.
Yeah, it looks like they're running out of time, so they are going to commit onto A, it looks like, unless they want to go through B. And, I mean, they're just playing back. They obviously can't do too much into this head-forward play, but D-Blue might want to pick on stairs. This could be a very interesting timing.
This feels like where it's almost too slow because they only have 10 seconds to get this spike down now, and that means that it could just be a flood, and that looks like exactly what it's going to be. A lot of utility coming out, but actually the players don't commit into it. It's stalled out just long enough, so it's going to be a 5v5 post plant, and this gets infinitely harder for Honeydew as Boba is able to just set up into their positions.
3 players are outside of 3 as well. They're just playing for long.
Yeah, this should be an easy cleanup for Boba as all these kills are flooding in and the weaker weaponry is just not able to keep up. Julie left alone with 5 HP and a Sheriff. This round is certainly Boba's.
Yeah, and Jiggly Tofu, like I said before, able to find these really good picks. Maybe not the star player for Boba, but just a very consistent player. Finds a lot of great assist plays and a lot of good gun plays as well. So definitely someone you can't sleep on, as they're 8-1 so far on this map and have shown no faltering.
A bit weird there that we saw so much hesitation there from Honeydew. They've been so confident on their retakes, so proactive on them as well. It's not the first time we would have seen them flooding the site instead while the plant is going down rather than before it's fully completed, but maybe a little bit of that fatigue starting to set in for Honeydew. Just not fully confident perhaps in that retake.
I think it definitely did take a hit, as it looks like Liam and Julie are pushing up. They might find Fufu here.
Fufu has managed to take the offing, and they weren't quite ready for it, but is Liam known? It doesn't seem so. Fufu doesn't go to re-clear this, so Liam has managed to get a bit of space here, and even has the ult to play with. Fufu gets one more, but it's traded back by Liam, so it's not too terrible. It's a 3v4, but definitely doable for a team like Honeydew, who we've seen be very strong in their retakes, especially when they have rifles, and especially when they have their utility up to play with. And speaking of utility, we have a lockdown and thrash open, and D-Blue even manages to pick one off from the dude position as the showstopper would be popped as well over the top, and Fossey goes down, not able to get one more. Jiggly Tofu is able to stop it, but Waffle gets one more, and it's cleaned up by Liam. A great retake here from Honeydew to get control of this game back in their hands.
I think the best thing there for Honeydew is that they didn't have to expend any ults besides the showstopper. So now both teams have a lot of ults to use this next round, but since Honeydew didn't expend much, they're able to actually be able to retake really easily. But also though,
The amount of
finding a
ultimates
great...
on the screen.
Yeah, there is a
There's
lot.
9. There's 9 ultimates available in the game right now. But yeah, that flank from D Blue, sorry to cut you off, was just really, really good. That completely opened up the round.
They even planted for round 2, so that Debu flank that he usually does as well is getting so much value. If you don't go A, you know he's going to be pushed into you. So you need to be very careful of that, as it looks like they're going to do the same type of thing here, but Fufu is playing a bit more back.
Fufu playing a bit more reserved, but so is Leem not pushing up to that box position. And so now it's going to be a Rolling Thunder instead on the C site, as it's most of the players are just going to retreat. It's going to be up to Fufu to try and get an opening pick, but Leem will get that instead. So now they have a retake on their hands with a man advantage instead. Jiggly Tofu fumbling the buttons a little bit and dropping the gun. And so now this is a retake with 5 players and 4 ultimates available. Thrash is dealt with, but the Nightfall comes in right behind it. Showstopper pop, so many things happening, but D Blue comes out with 3 kills, and this is all looking Honeydew, as it's all left up to ClayZz, pinched in from the door, too much to handle. And so now Honeydew finding their footing in this Lotus match.
Well, Honeydew letting go 3 ultimates on that round, completely securing it. D Blue just satchels on the site, finds 3 picks as the Nightfall goes down, so they can't hear anything. And he just finds some really nice picks onto them. But Boba, they didn't expend much of anything besides the Rolling Thunder, so they still have a lockdown. They still have a showstopper. So I'm really interested to see if they can stop the bleeding of these past couple rounds, or else they're going to be forced onto an eco soon.
I mean, look at their economy, not quite. The economy for Boba has been so strong here because they've been consistently getting the plant, and it's been close rounds. So, I mean, honestly, it's still going to have to be another round win against full rifles, even after this one. And also still so many ultimates on the board as well for Boba. You're not out of the thick of it yet for Honeydew.
It looks like ClayZz has been called over by Fufu, because I think they want to contest it this time, because they've been getting really crunched in and they're not able to win it. So I'm really interested to see if they can win this 2v2, because they know they're playing there just from past rounds. But they do push back, so maybe not.
Yeah, I have to wonder when this lockdown for Fufu will be coming out. We've been seeing Fufu ending up in a lot of these early engagements, so not much of a chance to pop it, but now lurked all the way up through mid, tucked inside of this cubby here. This is such a tense round right now, as a lot of util coming out into the ruins position, or rubble rather, and it's going to be D Blue getting 1, but quickly traded back 2 from the side of Boba, and that gives them man advantage and even the rotate. But Honeydew, they stood strong in their defense. They're not buckling on this. There's still a player on the C site. Waffle could be absolutely huge here if just gets a little bit proactive, but instead holding a passive angle and choosing to let the utility deny the plant that Boba tends to lean towards.
Fufu, tired of them pushing up B, able to find Liam to open up this round even more. Liam's such a big cooperator to these rounds when Showstopper comes out.
Yeah, but it doesn't find anything, and the kills even going the way of Honeydew for just a second, but it's all left up to Mimosa to handle Fossey, and he can't do it. So many trades happening in such a short span of time, but it's in the end a win for Boba.
You thought for a second Julie might be able to come out with a big clutch round, picks off 2, but just can't beat the pressure that Fossey creates, just able to just close out the round with a few picks. And I mean, that's what you want. We haven't seen much from Fossey so far. It's been more of Jiggly and Fufu just finding these picks. I really want Fossey to come back in it. Maybe he's not very confident on this map, but I feel like the sheer skill that he has, I think he can come out stronger right now.
Yeah, and I mean, now, like I said, you weren't out of the thick of it yet, and now all of a sudden it's getting even more harsh, as Waffle is only able to afford a sheriff. 4 players able to full buy up to rifles, but I mean, this is rough here for the side of Honeydew. The economy's so fragile.
And Honeydew's just getting tossed all over the map. Boba is just pulling them every way they want. ClayZz is gonna probably look for a lurk again, unless he backs off. As it, I mean, Boba can get so much room here, and Deep Blue's left alone. This could be really bad. But Deep Blue has the showstopper again, so he might look for aggressive play.
Yeah, I mean, Honeydew. It's gonna kind of come down to these anchor positions. We haven't seen as much success in the retakes as we saw for a good amount of Haven. And looks like even that eye is gonna miss its mark. So a bit of whiffed utility here is gonna give a lot of control over to the side of Boba. As the lockdown comes in, it's gonna be a flood onto the site. Tofu just getting that plant down, and it's Honeydew have to respect this. They have to go for just a simple retake.
Took a lot of time here, as it looks like they're gonna go fast. They're gonna be pushing down drop, and it looks like they're gonna flood from top. ClayZz takes off Waffle though on the lurk.
He's getting Raffle, but Deep Blue going in with the showstopper, and Liam picks up one as well. Tofu completely unaware of the position of Deep Blue here, and all these kills are raining in. It's all left up to Tofu, who has to stand strong in the site, leaving Fufu in a nearly unwinnable position, jiggling around the smoke, and Deep Blue's just going to clean it up. A 3K on the round, and a great initiation from the Rays.
Yeah, definitely. That Nightfall coming in as well for Deep Blue. He's able to get the showstopper kill, and then the Nightfall just not letting them do anything. So they just flood on the site, and Deep Blue able to pick off a lot of picks to secure that run for him. He's 11-6 on Lotus. You can see how more confident he is than on this map than on Haven. The start has been amazing for him.
Yeah, I mean, this is gonna be possibly another really close match, 4-5, and neither of these teams really giving up. We had a 4-round streak from Boba, but beyond that, it's been pretty back and forth so far.
Yeah, I definitely like what Honeydew do is like creating space around the map to try and sometimes force Boba into the positions they want. And it does kind of feel like they always go for this A up rubble play, and it sometimes works, sometimes it doesn't, but I like how they have confidence in themselves to try and make it work in general.
Yeah, but that leaves a little bit of weakness towards the C site. Liam has to stand strong with his partner in crime of Waffle, as so much utility is going to be coming in. Liam spotted out at the back of the site, and he knows that more players are coming in. A Dizzy thrown out, but it's not going to find anything, and Fossey collects, even satcheling up to the top of C site to get more control and secure some space for that plant. So Waffle has to just back off, and once again we find Honeydew in a retake where they're at a mad disadvantage.
And Fufu has a really nice lurk coming. It looks like Honeydew has no idea as they plant for Mound, but they're playing on the side. So...
Yeah, just opting to get the one and done, not playing the trigger discipline, so Waffle trades it back. That's still a really rough situation for Honeydew. Waffle getting another one, really low HP though, and Mimosa chimes in as well, but it's going to be all for naught as ClayZz and Fossey collect, and that's 6 rounds now for the side of Boba.
You always like to see the stability of the side of Boba, as that's going to call a timeout for Honeydew, as they're going to look to regroup, as they might be forcing here. Maybe it's Nico, we're going to find out, but Boba just, I feel like their site takes are just so clean. They're just able to set up how they want, and it does feel like Honeydew are struggling to try and retake that site every time they go.
Yeah, I feel like the mission here for Steph is to just try and secure one more round. With a map like Lotus, it's fairly attacker-sided, so if you have 5 rounds on the defense, that's fine. That is so workable. And so Steph just trying to maybe pull out some kind of pocket strat, or just calm down her team to try and secure that 5th.
I mean, mental resets are always taken. I think that Honeydew are still in it mentally, but I think as well, like you said, I think probably want to go for maybe some sort of play, or just try and figure out how we're going to make it either a 6-6 or a 7-5, and then cruise when they're on attack as well.
I'm really interested to see what kind of buy we're going to be seeing from Honeydew here. We see 2 rifles bought up already. I want to know if they're going to force into this, or if they're going to try and play for the 12th round of this half. It looks like the latter, as
Hero.
only D Blue is going to be on the rifle. Yeah, just like you said, it's a hero rifle.
Yeah, no one's near impactful ultimates right now. And ooh, Waffle's going to be left alone on site. If they go fast, this could be a 5-on-1, and Waffle could be left to the dogs.
And I mean, only a sheriff, or not even a sheriff, just a classic to work with in this 5-on-1. You're dead to rights here. You're not going to find any value. Surely, actually, the Nanoswarm gets quite a bit of damage, but Fossey barreling into the site with a double satchel is going to clean up Waffle. And so now this retake with lesser weaponry is looking pretty grim for Honeydew, locked in towards this B door.
They planted for main, though, and that's where Liam and Julie is, so they could find something here to maybe put it in their favor.
Yeah, Fofo just stalling out this B-door retake, and none of these shots being able to be landed. D-Blue even turning away from Fossey. Tofu picking up another one, and this is all over in terms of this round. We're going to be looking towards this 12th to see how this half shapes up.
Yeah, it doesn't look like D-Blue is able to find much with the hero rifle. Fufu playing so much defense, not letting them out the door. And they're just able to stall them to death until they're able to push in, and I mean, Meow dies, but I think it's totally fine since it's the last round of the half for Boba as they pick up their 7th round.
I might be wrong, but I believe D-Blue also sold the hero rifle. When I hit tab later on into the buy phase, or as we were transitioning into the action phase, I believe I saw D-Blue on a sheriff as well. So instead, it seems like Honeydew is opting to just make sure they have everything they need for this final round. They've played for the 12th, and they have to secure the 5th, it feels like, unless they want this map to spiral out of control, because these two teams, they've been so close, they've been so tight. If it's an 8-4 side, I'm very worried, and Fufu getting the opening onto Julie and another onto Liam is very concerning as the green light is hit for the C site. Waffle even giving himself away and is going to go down without any value. It is all left down to Mimosa to stare down a 1v5. Surely an unwinnable round here.
Dude, Fusi just finding 3 picks. Fusi been fighting, or sorry, not Fusi. Fufu has been fighting this all game, and Mimosa finds 2, but ClayZz will find the final pick. But Fufu, he knows that they're just gonna keep pushing on him, especially with the paranoia coming in, and able to find those picks through the smoke, and then finally kills D-Blue, and that just completely wins the round for the side of Boba as they head into this half 8-4.
8-4 up, but now they have to deal with the defending side, and let's see if perhaps they're a bit more prepared for it than Honeydew was. This is Honeydew's map pick, so if we're not seeing a really strong attacking side, I'll be a little bit disappointed in the preparation for this match.
I honestly don't mind if Honeydew lose this round, just because of the curse.
Of the curse.
Something I do want to highlight, though. Fufu. He had, I would say, not a match you would want to have on your record on Haven, but is going 12-7. Pretty well done so far on this map, and definitely a huge turnaround and showing up for them.
I mean, Fufu definitely had a really solid map on Haven, I felt. I believe Fufu was upwards towards 21 to 22 kills, I think. So Fufu's just been, I think, consistent throughout this game, but maybe fed a little bit more action throughout Lotus, perhaps. D-Blue trying to get some space early on to the C site, isn't going to get any, and Fossey has completely declawed this attack as Fufu also chiming in with a double on the classic. Julie manages to wrestle one back with the right click. Fufu trades it back, and a player we were just highlighting is going to get 4 on the round, keeping this going as they go up to 16-7, and a 9th round is found for Boba Balls lovers.
A Fufu 4K. Like, those right clicks are heard from space as he just absolutely dominates Honeydew as they tried to push on the site, but will they be affected by the curse?
Will they? I mean, I don't want it to happen purely because Fossey has a Outlaw, and Outlaw is probably my favorite gun to hear in the game right now. I don't know why, but it sounds so meaty. And so I at least want to see the Outlaw get value, but we could be looking at a curse.
Honeydew just 5-man pushing up through B. There's a I don't know if I like this too much for them. As
yeah, and that
they get front
flash. wait, but the nade actually confirms Meow. Meow not able to get away and trying to commit to the flash. And so now they audible it to C because they know that the crunch was coming in from the door. So now it's a scramble to get back towards Mound for the defenders. Could this be the curse coming through? The plant is going down, so it's a 5v4 retake. Fossey caught out with his pants down, but manages to take out D Blue. And so now Fufu here left to cover as Fossey has to reload that Outlaw. 4 players alive on both sides. Oh, Tofu, you need to get one here, and Mimosa cleans it up. So now this retake is very dangerous. So many players are low, though. Fossey, we need to see something huge. And the Outlaw gets 2. Fufu cleans up another. It's all left up to Julie. We won't see the curse. It's sketchy, but we see Boba pulling through for 10.
That was so close again. That just makes it feel like, I think Boba, it makes it feel like Boba might win this map off of it, as D-Blue gets an opening pick with the grenade on the Meow, but Fufu and Fossey, I mean, like you said before, Fossey with the Outlaw, it makes a nice sound, especially when it gets 3 kills on the round. And then Fufu as well, just being dominant. I said they're 12-7 last time. That was 2 rounds ago. Now they're 18-7. They're doing phenomenally on this map.
Yeah, I mean, at the half swap, from going from 12-7, and now you are 2 rounds into the half done, you're at 18-7, you are feeling yourself. You are so confident in every decision you're making at that point. As it's going to be full rifles here for Honeydew. They have to start mounting a comeback. ClayZz, though, to shut that down. Mimosa trades it back, but Fossey's right there to keep this advantage for Boba. It looks like we are seeing a complete fall apart here for Honeydew. Perhaps petered out from map 1, just maybe not able to handle Lotus.
We see some very important members still alive, though, for Honeydew. D Blue and Liam, they've come out huge before, and it's only Meow on site, currently on site watching this angle with Waffle, so he might be able to get the pick as well with the Sheriff. But it's going to be really tight, as Waffle needs to find this pick.
Bit of an off angle as well for Meow, so Waffle might not fully expect it. The Vandal should give Waffle the opportunity, though, unless it's a crazy shot hit by Meow, and possibly not even kicking in yet, as the fault line is going to give away the position. Waffle cleans up 1. A beautiful lurk from Waffle, and so now we're going to see Liam just sending in Wingman to get that plant.
Some spam coming in from Fossey, taking out the armor of Liam.
Fossey a bit close, but just slightly off the mark. So now this 3v3 retake gets a bit weird. Fossey, though, gets 2 right out the gate, so it's all left up to Waffle, and he's not going to get anything. Fufu, what just happened? Fossey happened, I guess.
Fossey just goes hard. This is why he's the player to watch, and he's showing why we highlighted at the start of the series. That is what you want from your duelist, to just be able to open up these rounds, and an understandable timeout will come out again for Steph, as he's going to try and reel in his or her team, and it's going to be a really hard comeback now for HD, as they're going to be going on a potential eco unless they do force here.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're Boba, you know this is the panic button. Steph is calling this timeout in a really dire situation, but that means you can sort of sit back and acknowledge the fact that this is going to have possibly HD a little bit paranoid, so you could maybe play it a little bit more passive, or you could continue to just disrupt them with these early aggression. This is so rough. Steph has to have some crazy advice if they want this comeback to happen.
Yeah, they really need to figure out these gunfights as well, because Fossey's going to be coming in with a showstopper to completely shut down this attack from the side of Honeydew as well. I mean, it looks really dire. The only ultimate that is close for Honeydew is Liam. He needs 1 orb, and this could be really rough.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Haven go really far, and we thought maybe we'd be seeing a little bit more, but Honeydew just petering out here, and this has been such a different tale on Lotus. Just really one-sided in the favor of Boba. Perhaps they've completed the download, or Honeydew just might not have any more gas left in the tank, but it looks like it's going to be a fast hit onto C here as they're just barreling forward. The alarm bot is going to reveal them, and even the nanoswarm tagging up D Blue a little bit. It's such a weak buy, but the site has been somewhat secured here. This is such a crazy setup, though, for the side of Boba. They have so much to deny this. The plant does go down, not able to kill Wingman in time.
Liam does have Thrash, but I don't know if it's going to be enough if ClayZz gets the opening pick.
ClayZz gets the opening, gets another as well. Meow chiming in, and this looks like it's going to be match point for Boba. And the panic button of Steph not quite being able to work. And so now, match point, 12-4. Boba looks to lock away this series.
And the only positive note is that HD should have a full buy coming into the next round. They are going to be going for the biggest comeback that we've casted so far, not map-wise, or sorry, not series-wise, but map-wise, as it's going to be a rare for Honeydew to claw back at this, and I think it's going to resolve around D-Blue trying to find this opening pick.
I mean, yeah, it's gonna have to be 8 rounds straight, and I mean, I'm gonna say almost a little bit disappointing from Honeydew here. You know, looking to get their revenge against Boba, and even on their own home turf, but they just it looked so promising with Haven, and we know these teams can go the distance against each other. They played in the other series they played. They had 2 overtimes, 3 maps. We know these teams have the endurance. So we know that they can keep going, but it just seems like something for Honeydew is not clicking as ClayZz at the top of Rubble here is going to clean up 2. Liam to train it back, but the damage has been done. They're down on your players, and so many defenders are here. It looks like this is going to be the closer of this matchup. Boba Balls looking to knock out, or not knock out, but
take it 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, send Honeydew down to an 0-2 start in this league.
Yeah, those are great C's from Tofu, and then the nade of Fossey and just as well as ClayZz just finding 2 picks, getting traded out. The main thing, ClayZz gets the 2 top frags for Honeydew, and it looks so much closer for Boba to get their revenge on the Honeydew from losing 2-1 last time, as it looks like it's a 3v3 as Waffle gets his pick as well.
Now, Waffle getting 1 inside of mid, but he actually turns his back to the door, not quite close, so Fossey gets a chance to disrupt this attack, but not able to clean anybody up, so now it's a 3v3 post plant. Honeydew has to win this. They have no chances anymore. It's do or die, but the lockdown going down from the defenders is going to make things look really hard as Fossey cleans up 2. Oh my god! What a triple kill from Fossey to close this out. We talked to him after the map 1 and said that they weren't having endurance issues. Fossey certainly has not, as he has kept this red hot performance going, and it's going to be Boba Balls cleaning up this final map.
I think it's safe to say that Fossey is our player of the series as well. What a performance over these 2 maps.
I mean, yeah, definitely, and I'm interested to see who we're going to be getting in for our post-match interview. Will it be Fossey again, or possibly somebody else from the side of Boba Balls later, or Boba Balls lovers?
You gotta feel a bit sad though for Honeydew, as they're just not able to convert on Lotus for the 2nd time this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, a bit of a heartbreaking defeat after such a close Haven match. They're not able to bounce back. And so they go down not only 0-2 in this series, but 0-2 in the league.
But Boba picking up their first win in the league, at least that's a positive.
Yeah, it looks like we are going to get ClayZz for the interview. We're just waiting to get him dragged in right now. Alrighty, ClayZz, welcome. Congratulations on your win today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, just a couple of questions for you to kind of pick your guys' brains about this matchup. I want to throw it back to Haven a little bit. It was a very long series. I believe it was 18-16 by the end. You guys barely managing to pull that one off. How are you guys feeling going into Lotus in terms of mental?
I mean, we're feeling great. It was a good game. We were happy that we won it. Me and Fozy feeling like Kyrie and LeBron out there, just dropping in stats. So it was a good game. It was fun. We were happy to play. Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Rhodes.
On Lotus, I noticed a lot that you like to go for these lurk plays, and you went 5-1 for first bloods and first deaths. What are you thinking about when you're trying to find these pickoffs to open up the round for your team?
Honestly, it's not even like finding the picks. It's more just information. Like sitting outside a C or B or somewhere, even A sometimes, just hearing noise and just reacting off that, giving that to our IGL, the GOAT, Jiggly Tofu. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's an information game.
I mean, also, I'd like to highlight the fact that Fossey, a player who had a lights out performance today, Fufo, is it Fufo, or what? How do we pronounce it?
Fufu, yeah,
Okay, it's Fufu. Fufu
yeah,
stepping up a lot on Lotus, but Fossey consistently was just everywhere, and I mean, hitting every shot. It felt like
yeah. He's LeBron. He's the GOAT. He's the best there is.
you guys. Would you say you guys have played Honeydew before, and you guys have gone
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
distance multiple times, it seems? Would you say that today's win was a result of maybe fatigue on Honeydew, or did you guys come in knowing Lotus was going to happen and you guys just had everything figured out for that map?
We were prepped for Lotus. We knew it was coming. We scrim a lot on that map. We put a lot of work into it, and we were ready for it. Yeah.
When you lose the first pistol round of a game and then you go into the second round conversion to look to get a thrifty and eco, how do you think about that round playing out?
Honestly, we just try to do some weird stuff. We're like, we lost. This next round's probably a loss anyway, so we might as well try something weird, see if we can make it work.
Well, I want to give you a little bit of an interesting stat. We'll let you get back to your team here in just a second, but
Okay.
ClayZz, I want you to know that it might have also we might have had a little something to do with it because me and Rhodes seem to be cursed with these force buys. We've
I
casted
heard. I was watching the stream last
7
night.
after today. It has been 7 rounds where the second round force is lost to pretty much just classics. So my only
Yeah.
piece of advice is maybe if we're casting, you might want to look into losing some more pistols, ClayZz.
Yeah, good call.
All right, we are going to go ahead and let you get back to your team and celebrate your victory. Congratulations on winning your first match so far of the Honeydew Summer Showdown, and we wish you luck going forward.
All right, thanks guys. See ya.
All righty, well, I was definitely very happy to be game Rhodes. Are you feeling pretty satisfied coming out of that?
Ooh, it was crazy. After a very long first game, the second game, honestly, I thought it was going to be a bit longer. I thought we were going to go the distance. Honestly, a bit dissatisfied by the performance I saw, but overall, I'm really happy at seeing how competitive that Boba will be in the near future.
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait to catch more of these matches coming up. Make sure you stay tuned as we're only in week 2 so far of the Honeydew Summer Showdown. I've been Alderia, and this has been Rhodes, and as always, we will catch you guys next time.
Adios.